Hi, I'm Rowan.
And I'm Calvin.
And I'm Zach.
Wow, that was so well planned.
Yeah, I wonder who planned it.
And so you're watching episode 3.6 of In the Zone. We're going to be discussing the episode The Mirror, and we're sort of going to be mirroring everything that happens by completely spoiling the plot and going through it all. So if you haven't seen it before, it's going to get spoiled for you here, so if you don't want that to happen, then go watch that and then come and see what we thought about it. So we are in like a Central American country, and there's like this revolutionary beardman who overthrew the tyrannical government and is starting his new government with his 4 friends.
Here's the breakdown. Revolutionary looking dude with fake beard. Revolutionary dude who looks completely different and has a beret. Revolutionary looking dude with glasses. Old 50-year-old dude who yells at you to get off the lawn.
And what's funny is he's clearly the only actually Hispanic person there. Like everyone else is just white.
They do a pretty mediocre job of getting accents.
Oh yeah.
Like,
and you know what's even worse? 3, 2, 1. Beards! The beards are so bad. De Alessandro has the worst beard.
The worst glasses.
The worst glasses. The worst accent, and he's the worst actor.
That's why they killed off the
exactly.
I did notice the mustaches were pretty terrible.
So he goes out to the crowd, this guy, Ramos Clemente, the leader, and they're like, Viva Clemente! And so he toasts to his friends, and he says their character traits. He's like, to Tobal, the one with the beret. To D'Alessandro, the one who gets killed first.
The shy one.
There's a painting of the former leader, throws his glass at him. Glass break! So then we learn from Serling's intro that Ramos Clemente, he overthrew the tyranny, he used to be like a peasant in the fields, whatever. Fade to black. Then we come up and the former ruler enters in handcuffs. And Clemente is like, oh, you little man, you are such a fool.
I thought a lot of this scene was pretty hard to believe. So firstly, the handcuff job it's the little stuff, but there was a lot of little things that made it, not believable. Like, they handcuffed his hands in front of his body and not his legs. At least have the hands behind the back.
So Clemente is talking to the Cruz, is like, it's not about what I want, it's about what they want! And the crowd is like,
hey. Shows him outside, it's just like, boo!
Why doesn't the Cruz jump when, the guy's showing him on the balcony? I feel like that would be the best plan from that point.
It's a little hard to get up over that ledge if your arms are in front of you.
But no, your arms are in front of you. So you got your arms over there and then you jump.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh great, this is okay. Now you know, just in case you're the leader of a country and you get overthrown.
It gets overthrown.
So
life hack number
you can literally.
He's like, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. So I could shoot you, but maybe not. What I will do is I will strip you naked, and I then will put honey all over you, and then let the ants come, and then every time you scream, I'm gonna take a little sip of wine, and every time you beg for mercy, I go, oh. Not making that up, by the way. The Cruz is like, okay, well maybe you will kill me, but you will never take my manhood. The Cruz is like, you're going to become disillusioned with the power. And then Clemente slaps him. This scene's a little bit on the boring side.
Yeah.
And then the Cruz is like, you will have many problems. Fear of assassination, fear of disloyalty, fear of rebellion, another Clemente.
And this is where I just think you hear
you just cut him off.
This goes on for a while. You cut him off, you say, take him to the prison.
Yeah.
You don't just stand there and go,
ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, and if you just say in the middle of a speech, just say,
shut your mouth, you silly fellow.
He's cut off his head off there.
No, bring out the honey.
Yes. Bring me my aunts.
The Cruz is like, oh, by the way, look, what a cool mirror. An old lady gave me this said that when you look in the mirror, because it's magic, you see the face of your assassins.
And the thing about this is this monologue is after Clemente says, take him away. And then the guard takes him by the mirror.
And he's like, wait, look.
This is
and the guards are like, oh. Okay, what is it? They don't take him.
And then he finishes saying, and then they go, fear your assassins.
And then it's like, okay, now we'll leave. So Clemente is like, okay, order all of the prisoners to be shot without a trial. Because they're murderers.
Oh yeah, all through the time, De Alessandro is, not a fan.
Clemente sees in mirror De Alessandro with a gun. Clemente throws De Alessandro off the balcony.
So first through the window. Glass break.
Glass break. Yeah. There's wait, guys. Let's explain. So there's glass in the frames in the doors, and then he opens them so quickly that I don't know.
I think
there's
I
a glass
think
break.
he heaved the
Glass
guy
break.
Yeah.
Did I add that the death was terrible? The death was
No.
pretty bad.
How so?
He's just like,
He
whoa!
makes he's like,
It looks like he's just like he rolls out on the balcony, and while he's like laying on the edge of the balcony with his back on the balcony, he pretty much stops. He goes so slow that he could clearly reverse his course, but then he keeps going and he rolls off the balcony like wriggling on his back.
so we fade to black. We come up.
It's
Yeah,
rough.
Okay, we come up, and then Clemente is complaining about the citizens, and Tobal is angry about people getting killed all the time, like Del Alessandro.
Yeah.
He was like, he was no assassin. And basically the idea is that he thinks that Clemente had a plan to murder him,
Right.
and then he created the justification afterward. Because can you imagine, this doesn't make any sense. I would love to see the scene in between, where Tobal and Garcia come up, and he's like, what happened to Alessandro? And he's like, I killed him. Why? He was in the mirror, and he had a gun in the mirror, but not in real life. They're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Here it's just so obvious. Tobal is going to be seen. Tobal is going to be killed. The only
Right, because
twist here
Tobal
that
is like complaining
Yeah.
about Clemente.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
Clemente
You
sees
see-
Tobal in the
you see
mirror
it
with...
coming.
Yeah, literally
With
the
the
only
Andre.
twist here is that
Garcia is also in the
the
mirror.
the numbers didn't quite line up with the minutes, so they needed to take out Tobal and Garcia in one shot.
Yeah, so Tobal and for some reason Garcia, they both are there with knives in the mirror. So then,
Do we honestly need to talk any more about this episode?
Yeah, honestly.
Clemente sends Tobal and Garcia to check on the crews in the prison to see if he's properly guarded. So they go. Clemente calls the prison
here's
guard.
the other thing.
Just like,
How did they
have-
not see this coming? Are you dumb? Are you this stupid?
It's like
It's frustrating.
Tobal complains about stuff. Clemente looks in the mirror. Oh, can you do me an pointless errand that will not mean anything? Yeah, just make sure he's properly guarded. Yeah, that's it.
And then,
then
he
they
calls,
go-
he's like, have, you know, then it would be called.
Just like that.
Or something like that. And they'll,
No, he said. Here's what he says. He says, "Hey, prison guards, these people are gonna come down to Tobal and Garcia. They're spies, so shoot them right in the head."
And then
Okay,
like, I know.
bye.
And he's like, I know
Love
who
you.
they are. Just shoot them anyway, or something like that.
Yeah, why?
Clemente sort of has this realization where he's like, "It's weird that it's so easy for me to kill my own friends. Huh? I wonder what that's about." Cristo's like, "When a man has power, he always has enemies. He has no friends, just followers and competitors." Clemente's like, "Which one are you?" Cristo's like, "I'm a follower." Clemente's like, "How long?" Cristo's like, "Oh, until you prove that you cannot lead and that I am stronger than you." Clemente sees in the mirror Cristo offering him wine. Cristo pours wine in real life.
So
Whoa.
they're both so drunk in this scene. And they're
Yeah.
pretty clearly
Cristo's
drunk.
like, "With your friend, you have an enemy." Glass break. He takes the wine
Oh, yeah.
and smashes it. Cristo is
Because-
like,
Glass break.
You
Number, Wait, is it 3 or 4?
This is
Glass
the third.
break, number 3.
and then Cristo's
Glass
like, "You
break,
are
number
crazy."
3.
And then the phone rings and Cristo answers and he's like,
He's like,
"Tobal and Garcia are dead."
Oh, and this is while
yeah, he's holding
Gar-
it
yeah,
down, too.
Oh yeah,
Cristo is at gunpoint.
yes. And then Cristo is like, "There was no poison.
Wow.
You're imagining." Then Clemente shoots him. And then he's like, "You have just killed a better man and I'm dead." So then at night, this dude shows up. Do you recognize from an episode from season 2?
I
Yes.
recognize it.
No, he was in, what's that one where it's like, the core where it's like, obsolete.
No.
No, it's not that one.
My son, you must not do the kill to him. I am Vladimir and I am Badimir. Actually, I'm quite a good actor.
It's magic dust. The dust of magic is full
Vladimir
of
Socooloff. Wait, is
Vladimir,
is
so cool.
Yeah. Not Badimir. He makes me very Vladimir. I wonder what he was like when he was Vladimir.
Okay.
Are
We're
you
good.
very Sadimir?
And scene.
Pretty Madimir.
We're good. So he shows up. He's playing a guy named, well, in the episode, he is Father Tomas. He's like a priest dude. And he's like, the executions have been happening for a week. The citizens are appalled. But the guy, Ramos, is like, I'm always going to have enemies, so there's always going to be executions, so deal with it. And he's like, oh, I'm so frightened. I'm always paranoid about assassins. Tomas is like, tyrants always have one real enemy. They never recognize it until too late.
I wonder who it is.
So then, Tomas leaves. Clemente looks in the mirror, but it's just himself. It's just himself in the
Right.
mirror.
And so that's when you know the assassin is himself. You
Which
can
is a cool
obviously tell.
metaphor, because not only is it himself, but that's just what he would see if he looked in the mirror, you know? And then he takes a gun, throws it at the
Yeah.
mirror, the fourth glass break, guys. It's got
That's
too
break
much.
number 4. Glass break number 4.
We should do a rendition of the glass break.
Mm.
Of the mirror.
We're gonna break the mirror that's there.
Put the mirror up here, and then every once in a while in the middle of the show, just
We
look
break
at
it.
Ah! And then look back.
I see Calvin trying to take over the show. I see Zach flipping the table. So then he shoots himself. We don't see it, but
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Here's the questionable thing. He throws the gun at the mirror and then he shoots himself. Does he have 2 guns, or how does he pick up the gun that?
I bet he throws it and he's like,
grappling hook.
and then he's like, oh God.
Rebound.
And then he walks over. Anyways, and then Tomas enters the room, looks at his corpse, and says, "They never learn." And then in the outro, Rod says, "Any resemblance to tyrants, living or dead, is definitely not coincidental, either in this world or the Twilight Zone." End of episode.
If the actor is Radimir Socooloff, is he Radimir?
So guys, how did you like this episode?
Not.
I think, wait, can you adjust the camera? I think you may have messed it up.
Oh.
So anyways.
Sorry. Here's a question. If he had since he had a small part in this, was he in it just a Tadamir? It's still good.
Oh my God. I feel like there's a common theme in a lot of these. It's like there's the guy in power, and then it's like it shifts, and then you realize being in the position of power is like not all that.
Exactly,
Like
the last episode
the
we
last
saw.
one.
Not a spoiler for that, but he finds out that maybe it's not that good.
Yeah.
And also, this is another one of those I shot an arrow, Rip Van Winkle capers, where there's just a crazy guy who kills all of his friends. That's one of my least favorite genre of Twilight Zone episodes.
I don't know.
Along
I don't know,
with comedy.
because I thought it was
depends.
predictable pretty quickly that he was going to kill everyone and then himself.
I mean, I didn't get it right away, but I kind of figured it out. Once he killed one of them, I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna kill everyone.
Right. Just yeah. I mean, it's a pretty. Not a lot happens in the. I mean, a lot happens in the episode, but it's just sort of boring because, like, oh, I kill you, and then I have a very similar scene where I kill you, and then oh, I see you in the mirror, and then I kill you too. So it's pretty mediocre. It's pretty predictable. Acting
pretty
is
bad,
is
Amir.
pretty mediocre. It's pretty bad, Amir.
There's not really any pattern.
Not really.
But
just
I
kinda
don't know. There's not padding,
It's not
but there's
that
also
good.
not substance.
What is cool about this episode is there's sort of an ambiguity. There are 2 things that could have happened. One is that De Cruz knew that this mirror was magic, and so he's just sort of pranking him by just watching it unfold, and he knows this is gonna happen because he knows he's gonna see the assassins. Or what I think is more realistic is that De Cruz made up this story so that as a prank on Clemente, as he's leaving, as he's dying, that he knows Clemente would be so paranoid about this that he would imagine these people there.
I feel like neither explanation works very well. So
What
let's
if
say
it's
he's
not-
paranoid. Then it's a little bit too vivid and weird how
Yeah.
De Cruz could exploit the paranoia that effectively.
Right.
Or maybe it's supernatural, in which case it makes no sense
I
because
think
none
it
of the
is
friends were
supernatural.
plotting to assassinate him.
That is a good point.
No, I think what it is, it's my take on it is it was supernatural, but it's predicting what could happen in the future. When it shows there with the gun, that guy, maybe not yet, but eventually.
Take a little longer, please. Take your time.
Okay.
I need a better one. Alright. Anyways, since they won't give me the drum roll I deserve, I will go and say that my correct rating is 4.5!
Okay.
6.5!
5. Catch us next week. We're going to be discussing The Grave. See you then. Bye.